Welcome back to the channel. Before we get into this video, I just want to thank all my subscribers for their support, engagement. Anybody who is listening, please subscribe and like. This way I can get all my messages out there to the world to share and to help people. Well, today, as you see in the video, we are going to talk about STIs, STDs, and why is it so important to get tested. And I throw in a little story of my own like I usually do. If you don't know what STIs are, they are sexually transmitted infections. So they start out as a virus, germs, bacteria that is living in your body, and you can have an infection without feeling sick or showing any signs. It's very, very tricky with STIs. STDs are essentially what happens when the infection is not treated and it can cause clear signs, symptoms, and harm to your body. So, all STDs start out as STIs. Not all STIs will be STDs. Remember that. So I'm going to list off some common STIs. So you have herpes, you have chlamydia, gonorrhea, HPV, syphilis, HIV, hepatitis B. It's really, really important if you are going to be sexually active to get tested. Please, multiple times a year. Typically, what I hear twice a year is fine to get tested, but it's good practice to get tested after every sexual partner you have. We're humans, we're all going to be grown at one point. With sex being so popular, there's really not a big mainstream PR push for safe sex anymore like it used to be back in the days. Well, yes, you'll drive through your city, you'll see billboards, sometimes you see commercials. They're pushing it in our face, but they're not really going as strong as they can be. So I'm here to tell you it is time to get tested. If you never got tested, not going to say shame on you. It's okay to be tested. There's no shame in being tested. If you have not been tested, it's pretty simple. You can go to urgent care, your primary doctor, you can go to the ER, and all they're going to do is draw your blood and have you provide a urine sample. It's pretty simple, straight to the point. Some places you go to, even though you want to be tested and you might be negative for it, they will still offer you treatment. As today, I went to go get tested today. This is the reason why I'm making this video. It's not because I'm showing any symptoms or anything like that. It's because I passed my annual checkup. And so now I had to get a new one. With that, you get tested for STDs, STIs. And like I said, STIs are pretty tricky, right? Sometimes they show symptoms, sometimes you don't have any symptoms at all. You can be asymptomatic. A lot of people are, right? You go through life having sex, you never got tested, you never felt like you had some type of symptom, right? You just feel normal. And then one day, you get a text from one of your sex partners and they let you know that, hey, you need to be tested because I have something. When you first get that message, whether it's through text, phone, or in person, it's going to throw you into shock. Not going to lie to you. It happened to me before, right? Out there doing my do, not wearing protection. And one of my sexual partners at the time told me that, hey, they might have something, right? And I panic. I'm like, yo, what are you talking about? Like, why would you do that? And it's because they end up having sex with somebody else behind my back, right? It was somebody I was messing with. That's a story for another day. And I was freaking out, right? She was like, she got chlamydia from this one dude. And I'm like, well, what the heck? And mind you, this is probably around 2018, 19. I had never got tested before. I just wasn't privy to it. And so when I got that text, I'm like, oh my God, what do I do? So I immediately just jumped online, figure out what I should do. And I ended up going to a doctor, get tested, and took a couple days to come back. And I didn't have anything. Thank God. So I got lucky. But if she never would have told me that, and I never would have got tested, I would not have known if I had it or not. I just would have been, having other sexual partners throughout life. And I'm could possibly be carrying this STI. Well, thankfully, I didn't have it. And so that's just like one example of that. But there are a lot of people right now who are engaged in sexual activities and they have something that one, they don't know, or two, they're just not willing to share. And so you will meet people who are not willing to share if they have something or not, and they will continue to engage into sexual activity. That is extremely wrong, and I believe they can go to jail for that, withholding that information. I know a lot of us don't get tested. A lot of us are against it because there's some type of shame we should have when it comes to being tested for it. Even when it's brought up, just like, hey, you should go get checked. And a lot of times it's met with resistance and anger. Like, yo, why would you even say that? I'm not a dirty person. I'm not this, I'm not that. Well, the thing is, if you're going to engage in sex with someone, whether it's protected or not, it is your duty to make sure that you are clean sexually. A lot of men are passing on STIs to a lot of women because they refuse to get tested. And it's usually due to them not showing any symptoms. And sometimes they do have symptoms and they just believe that it will go away on its own. I'm here to tell you, STIs, STDs do not go away on their own. You have to take antibiotics. And if it's something like herpes, you have to take an antiviral pill every day. As unfortunate as they can be, it is necessary to take the proper precautions, measures to make sure that you are good. Rule of thumb is to get tested once or twice a year. But for me, if you're going to have a new partner, at least wait 2 weeks after you and that partner did the do to go get tested. Because sometimes these STIs can take up to weeks, even a month or so to pop up. So just because you're not showing symptoms doesn't mean you don't have an STI. A lot of people are asymptomatic. They just don't show any symptoms, but yet they're carrying this. And it's so important, especially now since it's summertime. And with summer ramping up, this is where STIs tend to thrive. People are going out more, they're getting drunk, they're wanting to have fun, they're engaging into unprotected sex, hookups. All that stuff matters, especially if you live in an area where STIs and STDs are very, very dense. Georgia, for example, Atlanta, thrives when it comes to these type of things. You have to be careful. Houston, we seen just what happened this past spring. How many new cases of STIs and STDs that happened within a week or two period? Like I said, this is a very serious topic. If you have not got tested, please go get tested, whether it's your first time or whether it's multiple times. Like I said, I have no shame, man. I go to urgent care, my primary doctor. I'm like, hey, I need to get tested. Even when I went like a couple years while having sex, I still got tested regularly. Why? Because I just need to make sure. I just got to know that I'm good. And what else I will talk about is if you take any other medication, those side effects can show similar symptoms to STIs. So if you're participating in sets, especially unprotected, and you're taking other medicines on a daily basis that causes side effects, you need to go through a process of elimination to figure out, hey, is this from STIs, STDs, or just from my medicine? You go get tested, you come back all negative, then you know it's probably just the side effects. And with this Trump administration, they're cutting a lot of funds when it comes to important things like this. So please get tested. This is your sign. There's no shame to get tested. If anything, people will find that more attractive. Why? Because it lets them know that, hey, you care about your health. If you don't care about your sexual health, then you don't care about your health. I don't care how many times you're going to the gym, your diet, you do this, you do that. If you don't get tested, you simply just don't care. And that's going to sound harsh, but it is what it is. And you're probably asking yourself too, like, hey, Wave, I'm in a long term relationship. Should I still get tested? Yes. Yes. You should still get tested. You never know if your partner is stepping out or if you stepped out. You don't know what you're bringing to your partner. You just don't know. And fellas, this is just a tip right here. No pun intended, but if you're having intercourse with your girl or sexual partners and they catch a UTI, buddy, I need you to go get checked just in case. I'm not saying that automatically means that you have an STI. No, you might just have bacteria in your urethra. I think that's how you pronounce it. And when it comes to dealing with your areas, whether you're male or female, it's very sensitive. Its pH balance can be easily thrown off. A lot of things can happen. That's why you always have to keep it clean down there, regularly get tested, wear protection. If you choose not to wear protection, you do have to accept the risk that, hey, you might catch something. So please, if you never got tested or you haven't been tested in a long time, this is your sign to get tested. Do the right thing. make sure you are good. And I get it. A lot of people don't want to get tested because they don't want to see the results if it come back as positive. If it comes back as positive, 9 times out of 10, all you need is antibiotics or antiviral prescription. Save yourself. Don't infect others. Be proactive.